So there's been a bunch of people coming up to me and asking me, why does everybody start in mid, you know? There are a few reasons why we do this, but let's assume for a second that only one team does this and the other team doesn't. Team A and Team B respectively. We'll describe a common scenario. Team A all come to mid and only 2 members of Team B show up. This sounds like the start to a riddle. Anyway, neither team has vision of the enemy, but eventually Team B shows that they only have 2 members there, which can mean 2 things. The other 3 members are hiding somewhere nearby, or they have already taken the alternative lanes to wait for the minion wave. Team A decides to scout nearby bushes, but ultimately concludes that there are only 3 members in mid. They aggressively clear the lane, and the tank from Team A lands a stun on a target, which secures a kill. By this point, the minion waves on top and bot have only just met each other. This means that Team A has not lost any experience yet, but rather gained a small XP advantage as well as a number advantage. My AI teammates, however, decide to just smash their faces onto the cannons instead of taking the lanes, but you get the idea. This is just one example of why people go mid. Let me give you another scenario. Once again, Team A all come to mid, but Team B only sends one person mid. But the important difference here is that unlike before, Team B is not showing themselves at all. Team A has no idea where they are, and by the time they do, Team B already has 4 members on another lane sieging their cannons. Team A decides to send 4 members to rotate towards them to stop the push. Team B safely disengages after getting a cannon down, and the mid lane and top lane are being soaked by the 2 members left. So in this case, Team B actually came out on top because they got more structural damage done whilst taking no deaths. Now I know you must be sitting here thinking, I am confusion. Why should I go mid if I can rush B the cannons on an alternate lane? The answer, my friend, is it depends on the map and team compositions. On larger maps like Cursed Hollow, this is much easier to get away with as it'll take a long time for the enemy to respond to your push. Maps such as Tomb of the Spider Queen is much riskier because the lanes are so close to each other. But the most crucial part of all of this was that the people in Team B who were not sieging did not die. You see this pro Alarak here? If he died, then his team would have had to cover his lane and ultimately ruin their push for a short while. I want to quickly mention team compositions and specific heroes to watch out for. Comps that include Anubarak, Zarya, Sylvanas, and a strong auto attacker such as Vala or Greymane are very likely to be rushing an alternate lane because they have the abilities to mitigate and benefit from the cannon shots. If the enemy has a Zagara, then this person will almost never join the 5-man in mid, as they need to set up their creep on their lane and get some free siege damage when no one is around. If you are the solo laner, and the enemy is good enough to understand that they should not force a 4v5 in mid, then make sure to meet her on the lane ASAP. Sergeant Hammer is also another one to keep in mind. These players tend to use the time that their enemy is using to fight in mid to freely siege a cannon tower on another lane. To summarize everything, if your team has no intention to rush a cannon, then you shouldn't split off and simply stand around waiting for minions to arrive. Get quest stacks, a kill, or simply just clear the way fast so you can give your team that small advantage on the other lanes. Ah, I actually forgot the number 1 reason why people fight in mid.
Because it's fun.